That's
I
great.
gotta find my khakis and the khakis.
Hey, so where's our good friend Greg this evening?
Where do you think?
Church?
Hmm.
Yeah, typically that would be it, right? Oh, I'm
MIA in general?
I'm going to usher a church tonight. Just want to let you know that 15 minutes from now when the show starts, I won't be there. I read tonight, though, on his wife's Facebook page, she posted it's their 8th wedding anniversary, and they were spending it over at the vet's, getting the dog taken care of. So, and then,
So there is that. So there is that.
yeah, and then
What
when
did
I
you do to
tried
your
to,
arm?
well, I tried to invite Greg onto the show. I have to invite him on as part of the public because even though he's on my friends list, for whatever reason, it's elusive.
Oh, that technology, I'll tell you.
Now, I'll tell you what I really like here. Let's see if I can do this. Turn this up. Brett, you're going to need to fix this. Okay. So, because here's how I want to start the show. I can't. This couldn't be any hokier, but hey, that's the way it's going.
And now, live from somewhere in North America, it's The Lost Man Cave Edition. This is the show
Do we have
that
one of
talks
those
about
anymore?
everything, answers
what?
your questions, and leaves you wanting more every single week.
Every week
So please join us for the next hour and a half of your life.
of your
and be
life.
prepared to be entertained as never before.
Yes.
Now, here's your host, J.K.
Really? What's JK?
I love
anyways?
that. JK.
What's JK all about?
Well, we can't actually say your full name because then the black helicopters will show up above your house and the black.
I'm tired of
vans will
that,
be
man.
outside.
They
I
didn't,
know,
even,
it
they
gets
didn't even smile
Oh,
last
yeah.
night.
Gets old. You know, every now and then I just walk out back and just up to the sky, just boom, boom, boom.
Oh, wait a minute. What the heck is wrong with your arm?
That's what I was asking before.
Oh,
What's that
did
to do?
Lift it up. What the heck?
What do you think of that?
What do you have, Ebola?
Damn. No, it's my new tattoo of a bad guitar.
Brett's got Ebola.
Either that
totally-
or Versa.
I totally got Ebola, guys. Listen, I didn't want to bring it up tonight because I don't want you to feel sorry for me, but apparently I'm going to die in the next 48
worry.
hours.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll still laugh at you.
Yeah, nobody's caring.
Nice. That's perfect. She would fit right in with the VW group, right?
See, I've got this just in case the diarrhea sets in, and I can still maintain the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, as long as there's no odor, we're good.
You never know. I'm just saying.
Did he have to go to the diarrhea? He couldn't have just said puke or something?
I went there so fast tonight that everybody's just like, bam! It's like a punch in the cheek.
That's, you know.
Now the rest of the show is
Now
set up.
we're good to go.
The bar is right
You
here.
set the bar.
No, true story though. I will tell you how this happened. And no, I was not under the influence of alcohol when this happened or any other substance. Thank you.
Dude, you just learned how to start walking or what? I mean,
No. The company that I work for, that shall not be named, great company, supports the Special Olympics, which I'm proud to say. Well, there's a little event in Portland, Oregon every year called the Bite, quite a big event down on the waterfront. And I went down to help out at said event on Friday and Saturday. But on Friday late afternoon, early evening, we were asked to bring over some product to one of our vendors there. And so I was helping do that, and there was a very small space to get through. And I decided to go through with a 50-pound case of something or other. My foot literally got wrapped up in like a rope in a bag, and I fell forward and just did boom onto a smoker, a 300-degree smoker.
it's too bad.
I used the smoker to break my fall.
Yeah, it could have fixed your face, unfortunately.
I know.
You still
Can you
got to
imagine?
deal with this.
What you're saying is you went to the Special Olympics.
Yes, he did.
You were the one that fell and hurt yourself.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just learning how to walk, Brett.
Not
I
good.
see. Yeah.
Oh, it's right there.
That looks like it's smart.
Oh, it just put a little Bactine on it. I'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
You know,
I'll be okay.
next time you'll come in with a stump.
Jim, we had a mutual friend describe one of his burns he got at an event one time, and it was it was an outdoor cooking event as well, and he actually got gangrene. So I've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Screw Ebola. Come on.
Don't say that because we have somebody at our company named that.
Ebola?
Oh wait, no, no, never mind.
Never mind.
It's not
never mind.
Ebola.
It was close.
Yeah, forget it. The name is literally spelled almost the same. Oh,
really?
Wow. Yeah.
I know. Hey, okay, moving on.
Yeah. So, hey, we've got.
It'll be here soon. It'll be spreading around Atlanta. We'll have the zombie plague coming. Don't worry. It'll be here soon.
It's a great place for it to start too, right there in the south.
It always does. In every single show, every single book, always Atlanta.
Hey, if you're going to start a revolution, start it there. It's been shown in U.S. history that's a great place to start one.
True
it just
that.
is. Just
zombie
saying.
Revolution.
Absolutely.
You didn't hear this, but on Sunday, I had Amy and what's his face?
Andrew?
I always do that to him. Yeah, Andrew. I always do that. I always say that though. What's his face?
What's his
Don't I?
face?
Don't I? I'm like,
Yeah, you do actually.
But I do that to his face, so
Yes.
that's okay.
It's okay. What's his face to his face is good.
And we love him.
What's his face behind his back?
So
Not
we were practicing a little bit last night, late yesterday, trying to figure out this Google Plus BS crap with my camera and stuff. So causing us we're going to improvise tonight and not do the normal thing. But anyways, long story short,
like we did the normal thing last week.
Yeah, I know, huh?
So in other words, it's going to be a regular show.
Yeah, exactly. And Lisa had such a good point. She goes, so if you're 3 minutes behind and she's listening, but you could, she's like, you could hear her, right? But she couldn't hear you. I'm like, yeah. She goes, then why didn't somebody just call her on the phone and her voice could be played through the speakers and you could hear each other and she could just join the show that way. I'm like, I'm not that smart.
I said a few times in the group chat, call me. Here's my number, call me.
Call me.
Yeah.
But it was a 3-minute delay, so you couldn't hear me.
Yeah,
Give me a quick shout.
exactly.
And I said, can you hear me, like 10 times when you guys were already conversing?
Well, but the important part is, Brett, about yesterday,
Right.
Amy revealed something about where she works,
Oh no.
which I'm not going to say online live, but
What? Hey, listen. What is wrong with Walmart? Okay.
well, Walmart doesn't sell the product that she works at,
No, it doesn't.
but
Okay,
we
so
might
I'm gonna
be able to get some swag. I'm thinking.
Oh well, I like swag. Hey,
I'm just saying.
I've got swag. I love swag.
No,
What do
I'm
I get in return besides
teasing.
a hard time?
Yeah, hard time.
There's some
Daddy.
swag. Got a little swag right here. A little GoDaddy swag. Huh? Yeah. Jealous? Are you jealous?
Doesn't your family, somebody down there, your ex-wife or somebody work there? Right?
She does, as a matter of fact. Yep. I hate the term. I hate calling her my ex because I wish there was another way that we could describe somebody I used to be married to other than my ex-wife. Because ex sounds so negative, and you know what I'm saying? Her and I get along really well. And I would much rather call her, like, my change of continuation friend. I don't know.
Previous
I mean, what are you looking
If you
for?
get married, you can call her your previous wife.
Your previous significant other?
Oh, you know what? Is that the secret? I have to get married again, and then I can call my ex a nicer thing called previous wife.
Can you literally?
better?
You can call her your first wife, right? My first
Ooh,
wife.
I could. My first wife. I could say that, and then nobody needs to know I'm not remarried.
Whoa,
Greg,
I'm
what's
not.
behind?
Hold on. What? What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on?
I'm not believing what I see.
And your wife's not going to kill you?
OMG. Is Greg, are you there?
I'm not
he's trying,
believing
he's
what
trying.
I see. He's
Oh,
trying to
Ryan,
get
there
on.
he is. There he is.
I'll tell you what just happened. He tried to get on, and his wife stabbed him. Oh, there he is.
JK, man, I don't know what's going on with this computer, bro. We got to talk about this when I get to town because I've been sitting here literally for the last 15 minutes. I called your phone and I text you, Brett.
That's why I
He's
invited
just
you.
ignoring
I'm
you,
the one who
yeah.
I'm the one who invited you.
Oh, you did? Oh.
I got your text and I went on and I said add people and I clicked on you.
I cannot add you, Greg.
Oh, okay.
There's too many different Gregs on there. We'll have to figure it out when you come to. Greg and his wife are coming to town next Saturday, and
this Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
Which is next Saturday, by the way.
And if we can work it
is.
out, we're going to do the show from. We'll be sitting. Greg will be like, let me see, right here.
Right next to you.
He'll be right there. He'll be right in front of my JK.
Right in,
I was
yeah,
kind of
right
hoping to
in
be
your
on
flag.
your lap, JK.
Greg will be right there.
He wants to be on your lap instead.
Greg will be right there.
By the way, that really will be a man show at that point. I'm just saying.
That'll be the man cave.
Yeah, our audience will be all men.
So, GP,
You're not part of the audience, girl.
That's true. That's
why
true.
did you show up tonight?
What's that?
Why did you show up tonight?
Didn't think
Why
you were
did
gonna
I?
be on. What didn't? Aren't you like? Isn't it your anniversary or something?
Am I banned?
No, you're just like.
Your wedding anniversary?
Is that today? Is that today? Oh no!
We're just going to focus the camera right on Greg to see if his face gets as red as that shirt here in a second.
Did you forget something, Greg?
Hold on a second. Let me check my calendar.
Oh, this is awkward. This is so awkward. Oh man.
Geez.
Yeah.
Your wife put it
Oh
on Facebook.
boy. Oh boy. So apparently, what we're going to be from now on, you will be sitting on Jim's lap permanently.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Gotta go say bye.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta get to the flower shop.
Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't have told him until halfway through the show.
Right. We could have got a little more time out of him.
Funny.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
That's funny.
Oh, how unfortunate. How very, very unfortunate.
All right. Now I've got to take him off the screen. Oh, there's Nike. He's back.
I hope his wife doesn't watch the show.
What'd you
There's
do?
no
Say,
way.
Don't worry about
There's a florist right next door.
So why don't you just call 1-800-Flowers and just have them deliver?
Exactly. Hey,
I just
by the way, everybody,
There you go.
1-800-Flowers is a great option for you when you have something special to do for your significant other. So please
Actually,
call 1-800-Flowers the next time you need to take care of somebody you love.
So
Exactly.
are they?
We're celebrating our
Where's
anniversary
mine?
at JK's house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you celebrating your anniversary here?
There's
Portland.
nothing.
Yeah.
Now that is a
we got
great
too much.
celebration.
We got way too much stuff going on right now, so we just said we're gonna do something when we get to Portland.
That's
Like,
cool.
take me and Lisa out to dinner
Exactly.
Oh, well, there.
at
No,
a nice
hold on. Wait a
place.
second. Wait
I
a
don't know.
second. Greg, you're going to be in town, and after the F word got dropped about 97 times last week, doesn't JK owe us like a Ruth's Chris night out?
I did swear a lot last week, didn't I?
Oh,
At
you
least.
did.
At least.
Oh,
I
you
thought
did.
Amy
You did.
would
It
have
was-
been the one that would have been that upset, not you.
I know. Well, but she would have had a good
I was
right
too busy laughing at you guys.
That Brett.
And we were busy laughing at you.
Okay, now Greg has not seen this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this little video because Greg has.
How do you know if I have not seen that, JK?
Have you seen it? Did you see
don't
it?
go on Facebook. I'm told you don't go on Facebook.
He didn't see
Oh,
it.
I love it. It's great.
All right. So
Did you get
here-
to see it finally, Brett?
I did not.
I love it. Absolutely.
let's see if I get my.
I was afraid JK was going to make fun of me.
Oh, so you did see it? You didn't.
No, I have not.
Okay, here it goes. I'm going to play it.
I can only imagine.
And, you know, these things do happen, but...
Here goes.
You had some bad news?
Yeah, a little something,
What happened? You have a family problem, Brett?
Well, you know, happened recently, and these things do happen. But well, it's kind of hard to talk about, and I'll just kind of collect my thoughts here, and oh man, how long is that delay?
Almost.
Anyway, almost there. So I wasn't sure I was going to share anything tonight about it, but
We're going to keep you in our prayers. Oh, she's gone.
no, she can't talk.
No. Dang it. I was going to What happened to your grandpa, Brett?
Well, it was a terrible car accident, and it happened on some icy roads down in the Texas area, and just a few days ago. And
You guys are such losers.
Haven't they been married for
my
years?
grandma died. My grandma died.
Oh, she did. Oh, I'm sorry,
My grandma
Brett.
died.
Oh my God.
She killed the car accident.
Oh, God, that's awful. And how could Amy laugh at that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't think this is funny.
I can't believe she would do that.
Maybe
Horrible person.
I'm sorry, Brett.
I'm sorry you're doing that.
I'm really, really sorry, Brett. I'm sorry you're going through all that.
I don't know. First night, I don't even know the girl, but she's cracking up because my grandma died. That's just.
Oh
I
man,
was
we got her on full camera too.
I don't know if I can hold her.
I don't know. My grandma died. It was tough,
Oh,
man.
man. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. Just Amy, whatever. You're cold, man. You're cold. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, we can
Keep
move
on
on.
the prayers, man. Keep on our prayers.
We
Oh, that couldn't have worked out any better than it
I
did.
know, that was perfect, I gotta tell you.
Hey, you know what? The 3-minute delay has become my new comedy just platform. That is it. The 3-minute delay.
We'll have to try that again sometime.
Yeah, we should pick a victim every week.
Yeah.
I can't know what they're saying. It sounds funny now, but will it be funny later?
And I was laughing because you guys were like, oh, because Jim had said, clap or laugh and clap when you see me. When you see me wave, and you guys, oh yeah, she just saw it, and I'm like, no, that's not the right time. And 2 minutes later, I'm doing it again.
We're horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
That was
glad you
awesome.
admit it.
It was all Brett's
First step
idea.
is admitting it, Brett.
It was all my horrible idea. I should not have done that.
Now who's the horrible person?
I feel terrible. So
No,
I'm
you don't.
gonna
You're a liar.
No,
You know
actually, I
that's
don't feel terrible. I don't feel terrible at all.
Yeah. Should we mention?
You do it again in a minute.
Yeah.
I would.
should. He
So I'm
will.
trying to figure out a way to do it now.
Should we mention Robin Williams?
Oh.
Yeah, speaking about comedy and
See my tagline. Good morning.
something else
Good morning,
opened
Vietnam.
up.
Yeah.
Lauren Bacall just died too.
Okay, look.
Did she really?
Now, I actually have a little clip. I'll put it up here on my.
Brett, your tagline says "Go Morning, Vietnam."
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not all that strong at typing, apparently.
So I'm
Let's see if I can fix that. There.
What a
we
nice
go.
guy, what a class act, what a good person. But you know what? When you're chasing demons,
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
wasn't chasing them, man. He was shaking hands with them. There's a whole different thing going on there. Because I mean, you can't have that kind of success. I mean, a success that a lot of people would dream about. I mean, let's admit it. A lot of people would dream about that type of success in their life, and yet it did not satisfy whatever that need was, which is weird when you really think about it.
I have no sympathy. I mean, I loved Robin Williams, but I have no sympathy for people who basically can play 80% of the time and have depression and then get off themselves. When most of us are like scraping by, I get depressed and
Right.
still trudge on. You know. So
Did you guys see this? Look at my if you switch over to my screen real quick.
I got it.
So this was a clip I just took off of Yahoo just not more than 5 minutes before the show started.
Okay.
Lauren Bacall dead, Robin Williams in the middle, and they discovered an ancient tomb. So I mean,
Do you
there's
know
a
who's
Lauren
right
Bacall's
there.
tomb?
do you know whose
Lauren
tomb that is?
Who?
Alexander the Great.
Is it
Really?
really?
Yes.
He was great.
They're going to open up the tomb to make sure, but that's what they believe.
Huh.
Interesting.
Where's that at? Over in Egypt or where?
Probably right in the middle of Iraq.
I was going to say
There's
probably
double the pond.
Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. Yep.
Real quick though, JK, right before I got on, I was watching this thing, believe it or not, on CNN.
I don't believe it.
I hardly ever watch, but this is an incredible clip. If you guys get a chance to watch this, it's called When the War Comes Home. You talk about suicide, so this ties in. These are all these military guys. I can't even tell you. There's anywhere from 70 to 100 that are killing themselves, I think, a day.
Yep, that's the word.
Outrageous. Outrageous. Well, anyways, there's a guy that's doing a program, okay? He's got a 100% success rate. It's $1,500 for these guys to go to this, it's kind of a camp thing or whatever. It's a rehab thing that...
Do they play the flute?
Ex-military guy is the one that's putting it on, you know, that runs it, and they go through a bunch of stuff. I did not get to watch the rest of it because I came on here for the show, but why are we not putting up $1,500 for each one of our vets that come home to go to this thing? We'll pay $1,500 for rehab for a bunch of criminals. We pay a lot more than $1,500, and the VA and the government won't sponsor this. They're doing it totally by donations. It's crazy.
Well,
and the guy, it's
the same thing as the Wounded Warrior Project. We should not need a Wounded Warrior Project
Of course not.
everybody to be raising money to buy these vehicles and things for these veterans to get around in.
Yeah.
That should be a given.
It's insane. It's
We shouldn't
insane.
need everybody to be donating.
They're cutting their TRICARE, the medical. They're cutting their benefits. These guys who are lifers, like my guys, 20 years, and now they're trying to cut back on all the benefits that they were guaranteed and promised when they joined and became lifers. They don't. They're totally once they're done, they're just like thrown away. It's ridiculous. Don't even get me started.
Meanwhile, our politicians go to these foreign countries for a bunch of BS. They run up outrageous bills in these lavish hotels and booze and food and all this other crap. You know what? We need to cut all that right off the beginning and give all that money to the soldiers. What's that?
Well,
Talking about Michelle Obama?
No, I'm talking about all our politicians, Republicans and Democrats. They'll go over to like China. They stay in these hotels that are like $2,000 a night. They buy hundreds of dollars a bottle of wine. They've been exposed here and there, but not the top guys. All of them. I mean, they literally spend tens of thousands of dollars a night when they go someplace.
Right.
You know, I like to say the Secret Service is writing off hookers, but we can't get some psychological help for returning veterans. We can't do that. We can't do that. That's fine.
Where's Bob, JK? Where's Bob?
Although I don't begrudge the Secret Service going and getting a hooker after having to listen and keep secrets from these scumbags called politicians.
Listen, could you imagine having to be around two men all day, Michelle and Barack, and just you need the comfort of a woman after that. You would just need the comfort of a woman thereafter. I'm just saying. So you're right. I don't blame them either. I just don't think they should write it off. That's all I was getting at. So
who was it that came out and said that Michelle Obama was a man? Was that Joan Rivers?
I think I just did. I think I might have just done that.
No, but
Joan beat you to it. They said
Joan Rivers got a bunch of heat for that.
Yeah, they asked her, does she think we're going to see the first gay president in our lifetime? She said, we already have him. It's Barack Obama. And Michelle's a tranny. We all know she is. Everyone knows it. Like, that's a beautiful thing. It's exactly what she said.
It is. Well, it is. And it is what she said, too. I actually find it quite funny. I really do. And maybe accurate. I don't know. Maybe somewhat accurate. I'm not sure.
All I know is that I think he leaves his set at the door when he walks through the bedroom, and she has the whip.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about.
Nothing.
Well, if it's a lovely woman, I guess nothing. But when it's an ugly man trying to be a woman, that's a different story.
Oh, there is that.
They all seem to recover, though, all of them. I mean, Joe Biden, here he's the VP, and at one point he was plagiarizing, you know, and he got in trouble for that, but he recovers, you know.
Of course they do.
Well, talking about the restaurant that had been closed down for 20 years, saying you had just gone to it and all. They're just they're so full of crap. It's not even funny.
Crap isn't even the best word.
Yeah, that's true. I was trying to be kind.
It's something toxic. No, it's something toxic inside of those guys.
Yeah. It must be Ebola running through their innards. That's what
it's amazing. It's amazing when you really, if you just sit back and listen to the interviews, if you can find a channel out there. I have a radio station down there that plays all these clips of things that they've said. One of these top administration guys from Obama, when we were talking about leaving Iraq, was sitting here saying how ridiculous it was for us to think that they're going to try and kill all the Christians and the Jews. They're slaughtering Christians over there right now. It's getting out. So now all of a sudden he's trying to save his face again, so he's throwing some airstrikes in there.
Oh, it's
but
Maliki's fault.
He still tried to blame this stuff that he just screwed up on George Bush.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
you know what?
You can't make it up, Greg. You can't make it up.
I'm not going to file taxes next year, and I'm going to blame it on Bush. And I'm going to blame it on Bush.
Hey.
It's his fault, man.
You know, just once, Brett, you laugh, but just once I would love for the entire country to just not file taxes.
Yeah,
well,
just
everybody.
Ooh, that'll get you in trouble saying that. That'll get you in trouble saying that.
If the whole entire country did it?
Oh, I know. Well, that's just it. Well, and the other thing too is, if we're really mad, if we're really mad about the way that, say, oil companies are hoarding profits and not paying taxes, if everybody didn't buy gas for 2 days, it would cut into their income so much that maybe they would take a look at themselves. But that's just it.
Would it just hurt the independent owner at the corner store? I mean, at the corner
That's what it would hurt.
That's what's going to hurt.
Not in the long run. Not in the long run. Not in the long run.
In the long run, but I'm saying for a 2-day stint. For a 2-day stint, it's only going to hurt the gas station owner. It has to be something.
If you understand margins on gas and the way that works, and I've talked to a guy that owns a station, and this true story. I'm not making this up. He said the margins on gas have nothing to do with the success of his business. The pumps actually just bring people there to pay way too much for a bottle of soda.
Thank you.
And so now that being said, you're right, and you're wrong. I guess the margin on gas is not worth selling it. If that's all you sold, you would be broke and out of business in a week.
But if you didn't go to the gas station to get gas, you wouldn't walk in and get a soda.
No. That's what I agree with. That's what I'm saying.
But you got to tell everybody to keep going to the stores and support them. Listen, it's about us sticking together. If we wanted to do it, we did it in the 70s.
Hey, here's an idea. Walk your fat American ass up there and buy a soda. Make it a diet, or maybe get a bottle of water instead. I don't know. Just saying.
Screw that. Get a full-blown real sugar. Glug, 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 glug.
Get a 6-pack of beer for all I care.
You know that this is another thing that we could do, but people will never do it, and that is we have to pay for television now. They roped us into cable television. First of all, it was supposed to be commercial free. That's why you paid for it. Now how's that working out for us?
Yeah, no kidding.
Then they just came up with this thing now not too long ago where you had to buy the box years back. If you didn't, you just can't plug your television into the wall anymore and watch television. Right. So everybody shuts off their cable for 1 month.
Right.
Well, they would still bill you because half these people are on a 2-year contract. They rope everybody in.
By the way, you do realize that box that they made you sign up for, the only thing that does, it has nothing to do with being able to watch various channels. It has everything to do with tracking what you watch, when you watch it, how much you watch it, and how to advertise to you directly, because that is what cable does now. Cable advertises to direct markets based off
the same thing as Facebook. You can't go like, okay, if I jump on Home Depot and I look at a gate, all of a sudden I'm getting freaking advertisements for gates all over Facebook within 1 minute.
Yep. On every search engine.
I'm glad you brought this up. I went on looking for a hotel in downtown Portland for last Friday night because I didn't want to drive all the way back. And
a hoe in downtown Portland? What'd you do? They don't have them on Craigslist anymore.
Hotel. Oh, they do. It's just called housing now.
Oh, okay. Because I could take a finder's fee if you want. I do live in this area.
Oh, that's true. No, I was looking, but I went onto just a separate tab, and I was looking for a hotel. Is there anything that's not more than $300? And there was not, by the way. But when I went back over to Facebook later on, every single ad I had was hotel. It was for a hotel in Portland. And how do they know that? How do they figure that out? How do they link me to all that? You know, it's beyond me. I mean, I get how it works. It's a cookie tracking, but they are all sharing so much information about you. And
I was telling Amy yesterday that I was looking at this V-Moda headphones, and I've got the V-Moda ad on every page, everywhere, every time I turn around. And then finally, you know, after a while, you got to click the little box that says "Not interested." Or,
don't show me, yeah.
Yeah, or whichever. You know, I'm sick and tired of these damn Russian models popping up on my page. I'm sorry. It's like,
I was going to say,
I'm not really looking for a wife.
Popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
If I get one more ad for Girls Gone Wild, I'm out. I'm done.
Hey, real quick.
Why I'm getting them, I don't know.
We're killing ourselves with our technology addictions, man, and we have no one to blame but ourselves. But JK, I got to ask you this though. I get all these emails all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and it has nothing to do with being racial. It's just I'm wondering where the screw up is.
So this is racial.
No, I get all.
You have to preface it. It's
no. Hang on. You know when those dating services come up, you know, for the dating?
I've not seen those, GP. No, I don't. But why don't you tell us?
What's it called? What's the one called? You know,
Plenty of Fish in the Sea.
Brett.
I don't know.
Why you asking me?
eHarmony. Well, because I couldn't think of it. eHarmony. Okay.
Sure.
eHarmony got in trouble. The gay community tried to sue them because they wouldn't, you know, include them in this. And then all these special groups popped up after that. So it's Latin dating, black dating. They don't have a white one.
I know.
Well, no, farm people meet farm people. That's one of them too.
Yeah, did you see that one?
Why am I? Okay, now I said all that.
Something. I don't know.
Brett.
I said all that so I could say this. I'm getting tons of emails for meet black women.
Not sure if you want to go there, Greg.
Hey.
Are we on a 3-minute delay to save Greg?
Hold on. Your wife might watch this.
No, I haven't done anything. I haven't gone on anything. I don't watch.
Listen
Wait a minute. Wait. Hey, I want to be very clear. No, I want to be very clear about this. Greg?
JK.
No. Yeah. Let's be very clear about this. Greg, whose computer is that? Whose computer? Thank you.
It's my wife's.
Found her.
Oh,
very easy research.
Oh,
I need to become a detective because I just found it in 2 seconds.
How much do I owe you?
It's his wife's computer.
I'm guessing that your wife really is a huge fan of Orange is the New Black, isn't she?
No, I'm getting the thing for black women, meet black women, and I'm thinking
Right,
like,
your wife is a lesbian who's attracted to blacks. Hello, I'm knocking.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, that is possible, but I think I'm gonna bet on the fact that there's a glitch in the computer.
Oh yeah, it's a glitch.
Yeah,
now he sounds like Obama.
No,
Maybe
I was looking up something for Home Depot, and now all I get is advertisements for Lowe's.
Well, don't look for drills. I'm sorry.
He was looking for a Black & Decker drill, wasn't it? That's what
There you go. No, Greg,
it.
you just ruined your anniversary surprise. She's looking for you to have a threesome.
It's gone, bro. It's gone.
It's gone. You lost it.
It's
She's gonna cancel that date on you.
Canceled.
Black and Decker. That's it. That's where the black got in.
There you go.
That's it.
I like Amy's premise better.
Well, actually,
Your
I
wife
do too.
was setting up a date for a little party for your anniversary.
Little something special for the night. Yeah.
Some sister.
And you're on here with us.
Yeah. Think of what's waiting for you on the other side of that door.
Oh, yeah. Hey, if you get off the plane and you guys are walking out in Portland and you see somebody special standing there at the end of the security area.
If Greg's walking like he was riding a horse, I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
On the other side of that door is
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Okay, what's that song, PIMP? Anyway.
Yeah, here, let's take.
You're
Now
bad.
she's not nearly as funny.
Let's
but,
take a call, people.
Let's take a quick glance
should
at this
take a
video,
call.
Jim.
Here we've got what's her name coming up. Why, you got a phone call?
Do we have a phone call? We
No,
need a phone
here we
call.
go.
I'm trying to rescue myself from this conversation.
And you should.
Let's get
Something
the.
went wrong. Something went south.
Maybe I could turn the volume up on that.
Oh, that would
That's the
help.
last time I share.
Oh, that's classic.
All in good fun.
I guess I'm the one that's getting set up this week, JK.
And
It's
funny.
going to be a new victim every week.
I think you're. Yeah, exactly. I guess it's my turn next week. You want to go with me next week?
Oh, we'll go with you.
Hey, and we know Jim plays the victim every week, so
Poor Jim. He's trying to get
Everybody
this video
plays the
going.
blues. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's really funny. The way this works.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
bam, that was good.
Wow. So do we even have video?
You know, luckily tonight we've been carrying the
Yep,
show
there
without it, which is good.
Yeah.
There we go. Can't hear a thing, but
I can't.
It's all
either.
good. It's all good.
Why?
I bet you anything on the playback we'll be able to hear all this, but oh well.
Is he snorting cocaine again?
I just farted. So
Is he snorting cocaine
Can't
again?
hear it. Can't smell it.
JK?
Huh?
turn up the Google Hangouts. Turn up the
Is
Google
Obama
Hangouts.
snorting cocaine again?
Who?
Oh
Turn
yeah.
it up.
Look at that face. He just took a line.
Turn up Google Hangouts.
If I do, this will happen. Watch.
Oh yeah, that's not good. That's where the reverb's coming in. That's
Can you
weird.
turn it up on the Newsbuzz, the YouTube? Volume all the way up on that?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
No.
No, over on the YouTube screen. XSplit does not like us anymore.
No. Well, I'm working with XSplit right now, actually, with their group to figure this out.
Really?
Because there's a couple of other people that are having problems. Not
all the way
just
up.
us.
Interesting. Well, that's unfortunate that we can't get some video in tonight. That's too bad. All right, on to the next topic. Let's talk about something. You know,
Thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for coming. Thanks for leaving.
you know, I was thinking since since we're talking about we could go to female. See if you follow me here. We could go to female pitcher. Eh?
Yeah, but I want to be able to hear it because I definitely have that one on there.
Oh, that's a video. I see. Okay.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
that's okay. I'm gonna
That might be a topic.
watch what I do here.
Ah, I see.
Gonna pull a rabbit out.
I'm gonna pull
He's
a
going-
rabbit out of my
Boom, going to speakers.
arse. Pull a rabbit out of my arse.
Your arse.
There you go.
Oh, that's you got to be able to turn up. Turn up the speakers. Now you're fine. System sounds. You want system sounds, don't you?
Huh?
System sounds or device? The application was turned all the way down. Maybe that's it. What's going on
Oh,
here?
were you watching what I was doing, huh? See, you
Yeah, I
guys
can
are
see all
on
you're
the
doing.
Screen, huh?
Well,
We
pop
got
up that
cameras in your
application.
house, JK. We got cameras at the house.
And it's stuck on the total douche bag that Pelosi.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, and you can now. Oh, that's
I can
scary.
see.
Now we can see Brett and me.
I know. Nobody wants that.
How fun is that?
True that.
I can barely hear her in the background. Whatever that is, you can turn that up. Oh, look at that.
Is that OJ?
I'm Tiger Woods. Oh. It sounds like the beginning of every Nirvana concert I ever saw.
Can you believe he actually went to the gay games or videoed in to the gay games and the world was burning around him? I'm like,
he really didn't do that, did he?
He did.
That was a joke, right? That was a joke, right?
No, the picture was a joke because it had every gay, well-known gay celebrity on it.
Do any of you guys though? Seriously, you guys like think outside of the box on this stuff? I mean, Obama's going around picking up $20 to $30 million checks every stop.
Yeah.
He's out there still kissing up to the gay community. He's doing all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. He's got agendas, man. He wants to be the world leader. He wants to be the guy that everybody's gonna try. When the crap hits the fan and the whole thing starts going down, he wants to be that guy.
Right.
Jim, turn up your system sounds.
My system sounds.
Right there, I can see it.
Yeah, it's down to 0.
It's down to 0.
You know what, Greg?
The second one. Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah.
The whole entire gay community should be furious with Obama. They should be like totally berating him for being on a conference video call with them at these gay games instead of fighting radical Islam. Because if they come over, if they come in, the first people who are going to go are the homosexuals.
Oh yeah, I tried to say that 6 years ago when all the gay community wanted to vote for him, and I said, look, you guys, they said, we don't care. Listen, I was told straight up in a Facebook conversation that this guy didn't care if we were taken over by foreign countries, if the whole economy went bankrupt. He didn't care about anything as long as he was going to be able to marry someone he loved. And I said, the President of the United States will never make that decision. But I'll tell you something, buddy. You get him in there for a while, and you're going to be running scared because the first people they're going to kill when they come over here is going to be the gays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll be dead not too long after because nothing stopped my.
You won't cover your head.
Cover my head? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I won't shut my mouth and I won't cover my head.
Exactly.
Ain't happening.
No, they are giving these guys 3 options: pay a fine, convert to Muslim, or be put to death.
Yeah.
Well, they cut that guy's head off a couple weeks ago after he converted or he denied Christ.
Right.
Denied Christ, still cut his head off.
They're taking the money. They're beheading all these people. There's just thousands of them that have been beheaded, and then they're taking the little kids and they're raising them up to be jihads, and the women they're selling them into sex slaves.
Yeah.
Which they've been doing since we were a slave nation.
Well, listen, I'm way down on that whole kids thing, but the women into sex slaves. I mean, is that really so bad?
Is that really a bad thing, right?
I mean, everybody wins in that one, right?
So many women in this country have been kidnapped and sold off to Arabic.
Why are you not on Realtek, Jim? Jim, you should be on Realtek.
What's Realtek?
Realtek is your base driver for most audio playback.
Are you guys watching this?
Check on check there. There you go.
There you go.
You're watching me do this?
Oh yeah, we can see it all. Yeah, I like it.
It's just kind of like a doctor. It's like watching a doctor perform surgery.
I'm just enjoying listening to you guys.
I know.
Well, I posted a story today about how that group we sent all kinds of supplies to, 500 women and children were buried alive by these scumbags. Where's the outcry? Where's the where's
all those people who were up on the mountain?
Yeah.
Very true.
You know, Oh, F you, Google Plus.
A bad version of RoboCop.
Yeah.
that was good. Is that
So
the
they
new
took,
Depeche
they
Mode
took
song?
control of this dam over there, and they're threatening to break the dam that'll kill anywhere from 100,000 to 1 million people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
And that's
the
what
Christian
Saddam did.
community. Yeah, and we did the same thing. We stood back when we should have went in, and thousands got slaughtered before. You know.
They said that all the ISIS members are now blending into the communities. So we have, before when we had them all in black, single file lines coming in from Syria, we could have blown them to smithereens. But now
You know what?
they're all mixed in.
I'd actually kind of like to make a point, though, is, you're talking about, this dam they might blow up and it might kill 100,000 Christians and 1 million Christians, whatever that number is. I would also like to point out that, at the same time, God is always in the works, and I would point that out because, if you look at is it Lake? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the name. The lake
Havasu.
No, not Lake Havasu. That's down in Arizona. But I'm talking about it's behind the Hoover Dam there in Nevada. Lake Mead.
Mead.
Right.
Lake Mead is almost at the lowest level ever, which is going to kill a lot of Satanists in Las Vegas. So I think it really works out. It really does. It's kind of a balance. God is always about balance. That's how I look at it.
Do you know a true story? I asked a friend of mine who's ex-military. He 11 years or whatever over in Korea. He speaks fluent Korean. Taught in the colleges over there. Basically, his job one of his jobs in the military was communications, which meant spying on the North Koreans. So I mean, he's very fluent. I asked him one time, I says, I don't understand it. I said, it's just a podunk, poor-ass country. Why don't we just blow the fuck out of them and be done with it? And he said, we can't. He goes, they've got everybody by the balls. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, South is higher than North, correct? Yes. He goes, they've got silos and they've got these things inside mountains. They'll just bring them out on rails. They just hit the dam, flood out South Korea, and it's done. He goes, they could wipe out South Korea if they wanted to by flooding the whole thing out. So that's the real reason. We can't go in and just bomb up North Korea, or they'll take out the dams, and then South Korea is done.
Interesting.
So not if we go in there and take control of the dams.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, a missile hits a dam. Then you're going to, how do you take control of the dam?
There's not much you can control there.
No, you fly those missiles into the dam, and you're, damn.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn, mofo. Now this probably won't work either. But if it does work, it's a great story. If it doesn't, then God works in mysterious ways.
Okay, so what we have is a guy in an ambulance, and he's driving down the road.
What we have is failure to communicate.
That's not working either. Why can't you just have this playing through your speakers on your computer?
I do, but the problem is not to throw anybody under the bus here. But here's my speaker system.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Oh, a nice little Bose system. And it's not working. Why?
What is it?
Not to throw any company under the bus.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not their problem. You don't know how to hook it up right.
You're right. It's the speaker. It's the speaker, Jim.
Not to throw anybody else under the bus, JK.
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I clearly have overstayed my welcome with the computer system tonight. It's like, really? You were working a minute ago, and now you just don't want to?
Oh, we had this. You know what? We had this. I like it. Never give up. You're right. Never give up. Now, here's the thing: is that we had this whole thing working under this format. What? 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? Hey, there's me again. I'm awesome. You played this video earlier.
I know. I'm gonna try something here just for shits and giggles. Watch.
I'm giggling.
Got some bad news.
Yeah,
What happened? You have a family problem?
Wow.
That works just fine. Hey, so whatever you're doing there, do it again. All right, so let's go ahead and go to line one. Let's take some calls.
Wow, look at that. It works, huh?
Everything does work. That's awesome.
Thanks for joining. We'll catch you next week when we show you more of our screw-ups.
All right, let's go to the phones. Line number 1. Wow, look at that. We're quitting 12 minutes early tonight. That's great. Yeah, it does.
Hey, listen. We got a caller.
Caller, are you there? Caller, you there? Hold on, caller, you there? Let's go to line 2. Apparently, we've lost line 1. Line 2. Caller, what's your question?
I think his name is Jiminy Cricket.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, we don't even have that set up yet for people to call in yet.
Let's go to Steve. Steve on line 3. Steve, how you doing
We're
tonight?
in the call before we walk.
Question, Steve.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Oh,
Fixed it.
You fixed it?
I fixed it.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
What was the problem?
Don't look to gift horse in the mouth. Mom always used to say.
What are you gonna play?
American spots.
This is a great story that happened just a couple of days ago. It's to get into the Little League World Series, and I'm going to show you something here.
Little League World Series? That kid's like 23. He's 24.
And they're all girls. They're not guys.
That one's a
pitch outside. Watch the throw back to the mound. Zion spearman, sliding in and making all Z-name people thrilled. Nice job, Zion. Perfect base stealing there. Another look, heads up play.
That was a stupid throw.
You out there. Yeah, that's true. Pennsylvania leads 4-0. I don't see it.
All right. Amy, do you know what's coming?
Yo, Monet.
Do you know what's coming?
No, what?
Brett does. GP, do you know what's coming?
Yeah, some chick's going to play against the guys now.
Zach anywhere else in this highlight, unfortunately. Monet Davis, she was electric. She's become the story so far of the road to Williamsport. She throws a 70-mile-an-hour fastball. And then, double play. Pennsylvania clinches the final spot in the American bracket. Monet in the squad.
I will say, that last pitcher, that guy with the long hair, with the long hair is good. He's good.
Dude was good, huh?
That dude is.
Looks like a lady.
That dude is awesome, man. I'll tell you what.
Here's something that's kind of funny. We talked about this for a couple minutes last night. It's the white screen. The white screen. Isn't that funny?
Why you gotta be racist? Why you gotta be like that?
It is.
Yeah, if he takes that off, there'll be a black screen.
Oh.
I know, and then you're really a racist.
All right, so we're probably not going to show that piece.
Why not? Why not?
Because the following has a plug-in that's not wanting to work.
Oh, there you go.
Democrats are in disarray after Hawaii's governor's loss points to voter remorse.
I thought he fixed it.
That was rock and roll right there.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh,
look, we get an ad. By the way, Zulily. You guys, Zulily is a great place to buy clothes. 70% off. Absolutely.
There we go.
I do very well there.
We have some quick headlines for you. In a stunning defeat, Hawaii Governor Neil Abercrombie, the governor with the longest ponytail in the United States, was unseated by fellow Democrat and state senator David Ige in the Democratic primary yesterday. About an hour after the election was called for Ige, Governor Abercrombie conceded. Last month, President Obama urged Hawaiians to vote for Abercrombie, but they ignored him.
All right.
No.
Now that wasn't just the whole piece. This guy is.
That's the guy that owns that clothing line?
Yeah, no, that guy's a scumbag. Or no, that Abercrombie and Fitch, right? He's the guy that said, if you're not good looking, you shouldn't wear our clothes.
Yeah.
And that guy looks like he's had his face ran over with a bus and reconstructed several times. But this guy, okay, first of all, on his deathbed, the longtime senator in Niu, or whatever his name, asked Abercrombie in a letter to grant him one last wish. That was to appoint his longtime protege to complete his Senate term. To his surprise, Abercrombie ignored him and appointed his lieutenant governor. So that right there. Now, Abercrombie's white, his lieutenant governor's white. that Senator Inouye is Hawaiian, and so was his friend. And so with only like 30% of the vote being white over there, he got trounced. And Obama had run commercial after commercial after commercial for this guy.
I love when he gets smacked down.
They, yeah.
I was going to say the wall of crap that Obama built in front of himself so we couldn't actually see the truth is actually wearing down because crap decays, and that's how I look at it. Is people swallowed so much of his BS for so long now. I think people are seeing through it.
I can happily say that none of that touched my lips.
No, they outspent this guy 2-1. And Obama was all over the radio with his commercials for a month solid, and this guy got crushed.
Now, understand this when I say this. Obama is one of the greatest politicians, and I say politicians ever. He's a great politician. As a human being and as a thinker, he's absolutely a horrible human being, don't get me wrong, but he's a great, great politician.
Yeah.
Politicians are generally horrible people. So of the horrible people, he exceeds and excels in ways that other politicians have not exceeded or excelled. We have overlooked countless scandals. We have overlooked countless shortcomings from this president. And unfortunately, the people that are on the Democratic side, the liberal side, just refuse. And I mean, shoot. I mean, I get it. You want to stick by your man, but come on, eventually,
not to this point. Not to this degree.
Listen, I equate it, this is probably a bad analogy, and I pre-apologize, but I equate it to the woman who gets beat up by the man and doesn't leave, and then he gets beat up, oh, he'll change, and he doesn't change, and then she gets beat up again, and she doesn't leave. I mean,
yes, sir.
Is Brett still talking? Let me know when he's done. I want to show you something. Just kidding.
Can we watch 2?
I'm just teasing you. No, go ahead, Brett. We get it. I want to know about the abused wife syndrome.
I know, exactly. So in other words, just to wrap up, I think we should beat more women. That's all I was saying. That's
to the kitchen.
It's not what I was saying, all right? Jeez.
Should beat them to the kitchen.
To the kitchen to cook them dinner. To cook them dinner.
So I just wanted to show you here, my daughter, I'm so proud of her. This was the day after the hurricane. Right, on the Big Island. She posted this picture. Now, I can't read what's on my screen. Can you guys read that?
I absolutely can. It says polling place.
No, what she wrote.
Oh, on a rainy post hurricane day, done and done. If you don't vote, don't complain.
Right on. Yeah, see, on my screen, like on one, I'm running a couple computers here. One, I couldn't tell if you guys see that, but I'm so proud of her. She's out there. It's like, you know what? If you don't vote, don't complain
How old is she, Jim?
Very true. Very true.
She is 32. I'll show you this. I'm so proud of these guys.
Jim was 12 years old when he gave birth to his beautiful daughter.
Jim gave birth?
He did, actually. There's a long story there, too. We'll get into that later.
Another Michelle Obama story?
That's my daughter there on the right, the blonde. But
it doesn't look like her mom at all.
They're in Hawaii. That's her and her husband. But
why did she? Hawaiians hate white people. So, no, they don't hate white women. I'm sorry.
Hey, now that's my son-in-law on the right with the white T-shirt, and that's my 2 grandkids.
Ah, there you go.
2 lovely grandkids.
Damn good-looking grandkids too. You're doing well there.
Anyways,
got that going on.
Here's a story.
Here's a story.
The DEA paid Amtrak $854,000 for passenger lists. Could have gotten for free. Did you guys read about that?
I did not.
It wasn't just that they paid Amtrak. Drug Enforcement Administration paid an Amtrak secretary $854,000 over nearly 20 years. She was on the take. The employee was not publicly identified, but she was just allowed to retire.
She was allowed to retire.
Yeah.
So Now let me ask you this. Let's just say
I demand that we get our money back, our tax-paying dollars back, and give it to the military.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, though. That's impressive.
Can you believe that?
Now, here's a side question.
Scumbag. I don't care what anybody says. People will sit there, oh, that's the American way, and blah, blah, blah. No.
The Amtrak's Inspector General said the Secretary was allowed to retire. The Secretary was allowed to retire rather than face administrative discipline. Really? Administrative discipline, not like criminal charges?
Like, give us our money back? That's our money. We need to demand that DEA idiots, go get our money back. Just like Obama that wrote off the huge dollars that the car, he gets up there during the campaign and talks about how he saved all the cars, all the car makers, and then they turned around and they decided between the Congress, the Senate, and him that they were going to forgive them the last huge portion that they didn't pay back. We should demand that we get that money back with interest.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Didn't they only pay the interest? I don't even think they paid the principal. They only paid the interest.
They made some payments. Don't quote me on the dollar amount, but I'm going to use round numbers. Okay.
It's a case-to-case basis, and yes, some of them paid back with interest.
Can we use round numbers? The impact for Cash for Clunkers on sales, and found the program actually decreased industry revenue by $3 billion over a 9 to 11 month period, because we were pumping. We gave the program turn in your cars $4,500 per car. We did times 700,000 vehicles. So we gave American taxpayers gave $4,500 times 700,000 vehicles, and then the vehicles that were purchased were generally lesser expensive, and it was a boondoggle. It was a crash.
Yeah. And then it was a domino effect, because all of those first-time cars that you would have gotten for teenagers were gone. So people are having to pay $10,000 and $12,000 for a first-time, a car for their 17-year-old.
Yeah. Congress, here it is, Greg. Congress originally appropriated $1 billion to the program, but was forced to add another $2 billion when the program ran out of money a month after it started and 2 months sooner than the government expected. And then Greg got mad, and now he's gone. Look at him.
Oh, Greg.
Turn his back on us.
Why is he
turn your back on us? Whatever. That's just so typical of him.
Dude, he's screaming out into the canyon right now. Why?
Can I
open the door and his wife's there with the hot black chick?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that going on now? Is that up now?
Bubba just got
on then, right?
Bubba just got here. I had to go slice up some melon.
Dude. Aunt Jemima's family, did you see this? Files a $2 billion lawsuit against Pepsi and Quaker Oats.
Yeah.
She was an employee, and they hid it, and they hid her employment records too. Now they're seeking $2 billion. Anna Short Harrington assumed the role of the recognized breakfast matron in 1935. Reportedly, she was selected for original pancake recipe. Oh, it was her recipe too.
Yep.
Wow.
Someone's making some cha-ching.
You don't listen.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't read the whole thing. That's crazy.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, I want to get to that story, but it's sad. So let's get to this one first, because this is a story that Greg,
all the Portland people think this guy was such a great
number one overall draft pick.
Great guy.
Let's see. Okay, Greg Oden. Amy, do you know who he is?
Gregory.
We voted.
Yeah.
We voted. We as Portland Trailblazers, who I dearly hate.
I hate him too.
They, what do you call? Oh, drafted him number 1. I mean, it broke
over
Kevin Durant. Thank you.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah. And so the guy breaks his leg several times, and during his time off, which I think he played a total of 20 games out of 3 years for Portland, he decided to take a selfie of his Peter.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Of his penis and posted it.
Well, I do that all the time.
On Twitter?
That's.
I don't know what you guys. Greg knows. GP knows more about this story than anybody.
GP knows all about penis postings. So.
GP, what happened exactly here?
What site is that on, brother?
He was sending it
because Brett needs to go.
Oh, I'm dialing it up right now.
GP knows. Here he goes. GP, what's the story?
He apparently was trying to send it to his girlfriend at the time, which I believe is the same girl that you're going to talk about in this next.
Yeah. Now that's like a couple weeks ago, Amy. We posted a story where this black girl took some nude photos of herself, sent it to her boyfriend.
Yep.
But she sent it to her dad.
Yeah.
Instead, that was pretty funny.
He freaked out
was
on her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
that didn't work out too well.
She hung up. She wouldn't answer him, and then he showed up at her door.
Yeah, we played the video. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So this one, Greg Oden has been arrested in Indianapolis on battery charges, alleging that he punched a woman, his girlfriend, in the face, the bloody face and everything. What a douchebag punk.
His mom had to stop him, or they say that he might have killed her.
Really?
Is it possible that she just
read the article? Isn't the article? Read the article there, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It was in his mother's house.
Prosecutors in Indiana have formally charged number 1 NBA draft pick Greg Oden with battery for allegedly punching his ex-girlfriend in the face during a fight. The free agent was charged Monday with felony battery resulting in serious bodily injury, misdemeanor domestic battery, and misdemeanor battery, whatever. 26-year-old was arrested at his mother's suburban home and then released later that day. An affidavit say witnesses told police Oden punched the woman in the face, drawing blood. That's all it really says. The Portland Trailblazers made Oden the top pick in the 2000 draft. Like douchebags, they passed over. Yeah, it didn't say that, but
this story leaves out a lot of the other article I read, which was it basically said that when the police arrived, Greg Oden was very cooperative. He was very calm. He was apologizing for what he'd done. Now, in other words,
putting ice on his hand.
Now, hold on. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't messed up. He wasn't angry. He wasn't enraged. He realized instantly that what he'd done, according to what I originally read about this, he pretty much seemed like a guy who went, "Oh gosh, what did I do? Why did I do it?" Now, I'm not saying that he's not lying or anything like that, but I'm just saying this article is really slanted because there's a lot more to the story from what I've read elsewhere.
Okay, now, wait a minute here. You said this article is really slanted, and the only thing it says is he was arrested for punching his ex-girlfriend. How's that slanted?
Well, it also doesn't give you any details about what was going on.
It doesn't matter.
You're right. It's very.
You don't get to take it back.
It's very matter of fact. It's very matter of fact. You're right. It's very matter of fact.
You don't get to take it back though, just because after the fact you realize you screwed up.
Right.
Well, but then again, we also have to accept the fact that sometimes when you react to any situation emotionally, it's not necessarily how you truly feel. And in this case, I'm not suggesting what he did was right. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
You're treading, Brett. You're treading.
I'm just saying. Listen,
yeah, big difference between a shove and a push and a solid punch to the mouth where you bloodies the face.
There's also a scenario where somebody gets poked proverbially.
The guy is 7 foot tall. If she's poking him anywhere, it's in the hip. I mean,
well, yeah, but what if he has sensitive hips? We know his knees shatter at the lightest touch. We know this. So
absolutely.
He's not a Celtic, so I don't know much about.
Listen, if she was getting anywhere near his knee with her finger poking like this, that could have ruined the rest of his career.
JK.
Maybe she thought she was poking his knee, and she was
Do we
poking
want to
something
tell
else.
Amy
and it
about
didn't
the
really set him
Celtics and how great they are?
Yeah. Go ahead. You do it.
up.
We tell her about Danny Ainge and his little fiasco in Portland when they went to Utah, Mr. Mormon?
Well, when he was down in was down in Atlanta, he bit that guy's finger off, Tree Rollins, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, no, but I mean when he was with the Blazers, he came down here. He's the Celtic guy, and he was with Kersey and all those guys when they went down to Utah and hooked up with a bunch of underage girls.
Yeah, but in Utah, they got to figure this guy's Mormon. They can do that.
Yeah.
That's legal.
I'm surprised they didn't
They're
have
going home.
Date 8-year-olds in Utah.
Yeah, they're just going home, man.
Hold on. Actually, I was going to say, they actually didn't get in trouble for messing with underage girls. They got in trouble for not actually proposing and marrying them before they left. That was the real issue.
Right, you can't
That
win
was
with
the
you can't
the
win with
issue.
these guys.
That was the issue. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I should get Brett in trouble here or not, because Brett will always answer honestly. Brett will always answer honestly, so I'm just going to ask him, and I know I shouldn't do it. Let's go back to the Odin question, the Odin story.
Yes?
Is there ever any reason why it might be okay to punch a woman in the face?
There is a reason to punch anyone and everyone at any given point in time in the face. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I say yes.
Jesus, I wish I could have saved you from that, but I just knew.
Okay, now hold on.
Okay.
Okay, let me back that up. Let me back that up.
Back it up, and then look at, we've got a hand in the air.
Let me back it up with this, and then I will drop, and then I'd like to hear from Amy as well at the end of this.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. If I walk up to a guy who is 6'7", let's say Greg Oden, and I start poking him in the chest, going, "Listen here, man, you suck for Portland."
Are you calling yourself a transsexual? I said a woman. Is there any reason to ever hit a woman in the face?
Hold on. I'm saying there's a reason to hit everybody. Listen, I would not pick on somebody who is bigger than me, who could destroy me with one punch, because I know what the ramifications are. We live in a society right now, and I'm sorry, but I believe this.
His girlfriend or his ex-wife or something, wasn't it?
Okay, let's just say hypothetically she was beating on him. Would the cops have been called? No. If he would have sat there doing this the whole time, "Oh, please stop, come on, baby, stop," and he was getting physically hurt. Let's say she was kicking him in the shins and causing bruising. I'm just saying, nothing happens in that scenario in our culture. Nothing. But she's like, "Yeah, and you broke up with me, and you this and that, and and he's like, "Shut up, shut up,
Good one, JK. Good one, JK. Good one, JK. He just keeps on digging it, man. Keep on digging.
I know.
There you go.
And you know what? And I think he doesn't believe
20,446 shovels to pick from there, Brett.
Just pick them.
I'll use them all.
He doesn't believe a word he's saying either. That's why I'm not getting hot, because he doesn't believe that.
Let me say this: you should never hit.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't hit anybody. You shouldn't hit anyone, period.
You should never hit anybody, but there's a reason to hit everybody.
Okay, GP's got his hand there.
I tend to channel surf, and I watch cops on occasion, and I've seen many a women get arrested for hitting on guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Having said
easy
that,
demographic for that to happen. So there you go.
Well, you said that if a woman was doing that in that scenario, nothing would ever happen. So you're wrong.
Well, by the way, you see the initial of that. Nothing ever happens in prosecution to them.
I will say this, Brett. For having been there and done that. I'm sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, they all have one thing in common. These women,
I want to hear more about Amy having been there and done that. What did you beat up?
I just want to tell you that they all have one thing in common, JK.
What's that?
They just don't listen.
We don't. Women don't listen. Listen.
I got to say it like Bob does, though. That's supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, so now it's my turn. Brett wanted to hear what I had to say.
I do.
Okay, and when I was in 6th grade, I did punch a kid in the nose. I did. He told me to do something like that. I turned around and popped him right in the nose. But I am... We were the same size at that point. Okay, so I'm only 4'11". So if I'm 4'11", and a guy who's 6 feet tall, and I'm picking on him and I'm picking on him, he has the ability to walk away from me and just walk out that door. If
you have the ability to not antagonize him.
If he's
have the responsibility.
On me, shush your gobstopper for a second. If he's picking on me and can physically stop me from leaving, and is punching me in the face, that's a big difference. That's a different scenario. Okay?
Of course it is.
Of course. So that's what I'm saying. So there's never a reason for a guy that big to beat on a woman when he could just walk away. She can't physically keep him there. There's no way in hell you could ever convince me that she could have kept him there unless.
Well, it is Greg Oden. She could have touched his
bondage.
No.
There was some bondage and there were handcuffs involved.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't come into play.
Hold on. And I appreciate what you're saying, but you're putting the responsibility on the person who's being antagonized against.
You're assuming
in other words,
that he was.
Well, okay, and I'm okay. You're right. We don't know the whole scenario, but I'm talking in general. In general, if you keep poking somebody, whether it's me poking a guy who's way bigger than me, I walk up to a bouncer outside of a bar and I'm like, "You're gonna let me in?" "No, I'm not." "You're gonna let me in?" "No, I'm not." "You're gonna let me in, mother." Now I'm getting my face beat in because he's like 300 pounds more than I am. I mean, I could have just said, "Oh, you're not gonna let me in. Have a good night, sir," and turned around and left.
But
what you're suggesting
Jim's scenario is the male-female thing, and most of these basketball players are twice the size of the women they're with, unless they're with another basketball player.
And the women should be twice as careful then. That's all I'm saying. I'm twice as careful around guys that could kill me. I mean, I'm just saying. You have a responsibility.
You have a
responsibility to yourself.
You don't get, just because you're bigger than me doesn't mean that you get to do whatever the hell you want and I've got to shut my mouth. That's like, why don't we just go and live under Islam? That ain't happening.
Right.
Okay, but are you suggesting that everything in this situation, everything that's being said from the person in this case, and I don't know the Oden case, we don't have enough details in this one. This is kind of a loose case, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, let's just say that she was antagonizing this situation. Isn't there a point?
As
an adult, he has a responsibility to walk away.
Hey, let me ask you this, Amy. Let me ask you this. Obviously, you're a woman, okay? So you can answer this like none of us can. Have you ever slapped a man?
I punched a man in the side of the face after he slapped me.
Okay, so you retaliated with force, which is fine. That I have no problem with. I think that's what you should do.
I've never done a first strike. No.
Okay, and now I guess my question then would be, and I mean, who knew? And I would assume I've never really punched anybody in my life either, at anybody, for any reason. I've never done it. I don't want to do it. But I'm just saying, it's like we do live, I would ask you this, do we live in a culture where, I would say, if you were to take a percentage, if you took 10 women slapping 10 guys, nothing happens. If you took 10 guys slapping 10 women, 6 guys get arrested. I'm just saying, do we live in that culture?
Yeah. We definitely live in that culture, and I don't agree with women just smacking guys around. It's not right.
Right. We are taught in our culture, we are taught as males not to be violent towards women, and I agree with that. For God's sakes, of course I agree with that. The thing is that I don't think it's reciprocated equally. We're talking about, I mean, this gets into a whole other concept or a whole other topic of equal rights and women equal this and equal that and equal pay, and we could go off down a million roads. But what I'm saying is, we do live in a world where if a woman slaps a man, the man's supposed to go, "All right, now you stop that." and if the woman gets slapped, I'm calling the police. You know, I don't know. It just seems.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying, if you're a guy like that, a giant basketball player, and you're with your lady, there are other ways that he can restrain her, push her away, shut the door and lock it, whatever.
Right.
You know,
I agree. He should have done
without punching her in the face. I mean,
he should have done that.
I think, I think that, you know, a lot of these guys. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but a lot of times, you know, like I said, I'm only 4'11", so in my life, most bullies think that they can just come up and either push you out of the way on the dance floor, or, you know, barge by you, or just because they want to pick on someone, you're smaller, they want to come over and try to harass you. Well,
Sure.
then they meet me. You know, and I'm like, that's not happening. That's not happening with me. I don't care how big you are. I don't care if I get my ass beat. You're not just going to come over and just like push me aside. You know, what are you doing?
But that's my point, is you're taking responsibility for your reaction to it. In other words, you're saying, like, I'm not going to let you push me around. If you wound up in a situation like that, getting smacked down because maybe it's 2-on-1 or something like, let's say it's a bad case scenario. I mean, but you made a decision to go with what you decided to do, and that's respectful. But don't complain about it later. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying there. It's just, I think, especially when you're a larger man, I just think a lot of these guys who are so giant, we've made them gods in all of sports.
True.
And we've made them gods, so they think they can do whatever they want. Then they do whatever they want. And then we all turn around and say, well, why would they do that? Well, because you made them gods. You let them walk through doors without paying for things.
True.
You let them have free everything. You let them have hookers and drugs and all the booze they want. And then when they wreck your joint,
set of rules. Different set of rules.
So it's our own fault.
Jimmy looks like he has a question. Does Jimmy have a question?
Jim.
Okay.
Didn't mean to hog it.
No, that's okay.
We scared Greg off.
No man, whether the man is 5 foot tall or 7 foot tall, should ever hit a woman in the face.
Can we reverse that?
And if the man gets hit by the woman, he has a telephone. He can call 911 and press charges.
And when the cops show up and the woman says he hit her first, they'll take him. Done.
You don't hit a woman.
I agree with both of you. Yes, they would get arrested. So you don't call 911 because if you do get called 911,
it makes it worse for everybody.
Someone is getting arrested. But I agree with Jim. I don't think.
Let's talk about the police state. I'm just kidding. But that's a good segue. I mean, it really is.
Hey.
But now, Jim, honestly, though, what you just said, you can't reverse that and say,
if you're going to hit a woman, you better bring one of these and clean up real good.
Is there a scenario?
Flowers over it and just leave no evidence.
What's the scenario?
That was a joke.
What's the scenario for a woman? What's the scenario for a woman hitting a man?
You don't.
That is okay.
No, there's not any good scenario where a woman hits a man. They shouldn't. But I'm just saying that
I would say this: if someone spit in my face, I would strike first.
Of course.
But to me, that would be a first strike from them. But
right.
I don't.
No, it is. Of course it is.
Smack someone, I can't see it. I don't see the physical part of that.
But going a little deeper than that, what you're saying is, if somebody spits in your face, okay, they've just, and I agree with you, they struck first, quote unquote. If your response to that is boom, and you take a swing at them and you crack them across the jaw, you also have to expect that the reaction that you had will draw what? A reaction. Now that reaction may be increased violence, and almost in every time it would be. Most people aren't going to go, oh, I spit in your face, then you punch me, I'm sorry. That's not what's going to happen. You have to have an expectation that if I take the next step, and the next step isn't like, really, okay, I'm leaving, and you walk away, if your next step is to swing because you're angry, guess what? You've just escalated the situation, and I hate to say it in these terms, but you get what you deserve after you respond. Your reaction.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. The reaction is the reaction.
32 years of being married, there are so many times that have come up that you get so angry. I would never ever hit. I would not do it.
You slam a door. You leave the room. You go take a drive.
Lock yourself in the bathroom like I've done before. I mean, when shit's flying around the house. Yeah. Hey, let's one more thing. Do you guys want to watch Jody Miller's News Busted, the newest one, or pass?
Yes, I do. Yes, I would like to see
some of it's funny, some of it's not.
We tried to watch it earlier.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
now, did Greg leave us? Why did Greg leave us? Is he mad?
His camera's stuck. No, he's.
Oh, is that it?
He's probably listening to us though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Itching to get in.
He wishes he could yell at me.
Oh, isn't that funnier than shit? Now it won't work again? Really? Wow. That's awesome. Everything that I did. Oh, you know what's happening? Google Plus is probably trying to block videos from
itself.
Yeah, because it's a copyright issue. Do you want, just for shits and giggles, do you want me to do this on air and show you exactly how to get around them? Do you want to show? Okay, watch this. Look, I'm going to share my screen.
Let's use Google to show how to get around Google.
Yeah.
You're back.
Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm copying this.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I just, the vet came by to give us the results for my dog.
What's wrong?
Well,
do we want to hear this right now?
Oh.
I mean, I want to hear it, but I'm ready to be sad.
Wait, GP, what is the results?
He's fine. I mean, he doesn't have testicle cancer.
Oh, okay, good. All right, so now let's go back. And on my screen, I have a thing here called
He was fixed anyway, so it was.
Yeah, we got him. He has 2 months to live, JK.
Let me show you guys something cool here.
What?
GP, Google Plus has blocked us from being able to show videos, so I'm going to show a workaround and kind of like flip the bird at Google Plus.
When did they do that? Just now?
Now, yeah. So YTD is called the YTD Video Downloader. So I remember I copied.
That's where I get my flowers from.
Yes. So I copy the link. I go here and I click download. And let's download. Nope, we don't want to do that.
It's also my favorite porn site, Young, Tasty, and Developed. So,
are we going to go to jail for this?
No.
You're starting to worry me, Brett.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Is there going to be a van pulling up in front of my house pretty soon?
I wouldn't say it if it was true.
Calling from choppers.
Oh, what is that? What do I hear outside? Is that?
Especially with Brett watching underage porn.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what he was doing?
No. When I said young, I meant 19 or older.
He said young.
Oh, okay.
Young. Emphasis on the young.
And plus, I was kidding.
They don't mess around with that stuff, Brett. They will be knocking on your door.
Hey, you know what? JK, I'm telling you right now, this is great. Look at this. It's downloading all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right, now watch what I do here. Hopefully this will work.
Ding, ding.
Uh-oh. Someone's at my door.
There it is.
See how fast it was to put that on? I can beat Google Plus any day of the week.
There you go.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, but all they did was wash their hands of it. Now you do this, and they're not responsible.
President Putin is feeling the pain of new economic sanctions. For example, Crimea has just been put up for auction on eBay. A new poll shows the popularity of Obamacare has slipped to a new low. In fact, Obamacare is now even less popular than Nickelback.
Oh, ouch.
The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee announced it raised $100 million to assist in their fight to keep money out of politics.
As if that had happened.
NBC's Chuck Todd said Democrats have a pep in their step, which he hasn't seen since 2012. He then went on to say that Democrats are the bee's knees and their new immigration bill is a real humdinger.
That's actually pretty funny.
Is shipping a number of illegal aliens up to Alaska. Well, that makes sense. If the economy gets any worse, the illegals can just sneak into Russia. Democratic Party activists are pushing Michelle Obama to run for the U.S. Senate. Senator Michelle Obama, come on. She doesn't even make a good lunch lady. Hillary Clinton is refusing to disclose her net worth. Let me guess. Her net worth is just a little bit more than dead broke.
Yeah, Pocahontas herself.
And finally, a new book claims that Joe Biden likes to swim in the nude. And you can read all about it in the latest issue of 101 Reasons We Wish We Were Blind magazine.
Yes.
Thanks for watching News Lesson, everybody. I'm Joe Miller. Featured.
All right. Zach could beat these guys any day of the week.
Oh man, try and keep us out of the system, man. We are going to defeat.
Do you want to see something for 10? I'm going to play this for like 1 minute. I will not play the whole thing, but it's kind of cute. It's kind of funny. Watch this.
Cannot keep us down.
Lembra de mim? Caramba! Pô, vem cá! Puta! Vem cá! Atravessa! Vem cá, eu quero falar com você! Oh,
Sweet.
tudo bem? Vai lembrar de mim? Você mesmo!
Tudo bem?
Você lembra de mim? Vem aqui! Pô, que sorte ter te encontrado, caramba!
The way they back away is hysterical.
Você não lembra de mim, parça?
Watch this.
That's actually pretty fantastic.
Lembra de mim?
Yeah.
Vem aqui! Vai lembrar de mim, não? Vem aqui! Oi! Lembra de mim? Vem aqui!
He's laughing.
Nossa! Vem cá!
You've been served, boy.
Só um pouquinho, peraí, cuidado com os carros.
Watch for the car.
Oi!
He runs.
He ran.
He starts
man right there.
That's funny.
fair.
Put on
That's
your
fair
track,
enough right there.
baby. Put on your
Yeah.
track shoes.
Let me see what this one was really. I just found
Grandpa's getting his
up last week. I was just goofing around. I found all this crap last week.
Is that a poop bag?
It might be. Philosophy.
JK, is that a poop bag there?
I can't tell.
For a guy with a poop bag and a cane, he moves pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
He does a great
Canes.
job, as a matter of fact. That guy is rocking the world right there.
Let me see what this is. This might be too soon. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Because I am from St. Louis.
Okay. This just came out, and it's serious, and it deals with the St. Louis riots, right? And Alan West just put something out. He goes, would I be racist if I asked the question, why are blacks killing each other since a black kid was killed? You know, why are we killing each other? This girl just posted this in her car. Have any of you guys seen it?
No, I have not yet.
Okay.
I've heard about it, but
it's
ridiculous.
It's worth watching this girl. Okay, she lives in St. Louis, and she is pissed right now. Let me turn this up and start over. I won't play the whole thing because it's too long, but you'll get the gist of it.
I'm going to do this video because I am from St. Louis. Born and raised. This has gone national, so people don't realize that Ferguson, Florissant is a county in St. Louis. Our shit is set up differently than in other states. I no longer live in St. Louis. I live in Tampa, Florida. One of the reasons that I left St. Louis is because of all of the violence and ignorance the city has to offer. Historically, an awesome city. Realistically, a bunch of niggas. Everything that's going on right now is nigga shit. Yes, a young man was killed unjustly. He was slain and left to lay in the middle of the street for hours. Nothing about that is good. Nothing about that is right. I don't feel good about that. But I also need to say this. Half of you niggas don't go to St. Louis County because your plates ain't right. Half of you niggas who call yourself having an attitude and turn some shit up where your dumb asses gotta live because it ain't Clayton, it ain't Ladue, it's fucking Ferguson, Florissant with y'all dumb asses. Where y'all gotta live and send y'all kids to school and the government is gonna enforce martial law on you dumb motherfuckers. Y'all turn up your own shit. This stopped being about that young man the moment y'all started this shit. Y'all St. Louis, so everything gotta be hood. Y'all gotta be harder, roll tougher than the next motherfucker. There's nothing peaceful about it. You didn't see this in Oakland. You didn't see this in New York. You didn't see, this is not the 60s. Point blank, it's not the 60s. This is not the Watts riots. This is y'all out there looting and stealing shit. Bitches posting pictures of Remy Her because the beauty supply had something to do with this. Walmart, who we all know, I fucking hate Walmart as a corporation. They didn't have nothing to do with this. Hell, did y'all break in the wing stock too and steal all the wings? Cause I saw you niggas in shoe corner. This is pitiful. It is pitiful, it is sad, it is pathetic, and y'all need to get y'all shit together. So not only are your actions taking away from the fact that this young man was killed, you all are giving justification as to why he was killed. Your actions, your reaction to the situation. I am disgusted. And I am saddened. I pray for that child. I pray for his family. But you niggas in St. Louis City and County need to get y'all shit together. And I pray to God, every one of you motherfuckers that went out there and acted a fool have consequences and are dealt with appropriately. Because your actions are jeopardizing my family. You are putting my family in danger. My sister works in Ferguson. My sister lives in St. Louis County. My people gotta come through that. So now I'm in Florida worried about the safety of the people that I love because y'all want to show y'all asses. Realistically, this is some nigga shit. Point blank. And I don't blame not one person, white, black, Spanish, Bosnian, Mexican, whatever the fuck they are. I don't blame one person for looking at y'all and thinking y'all a bunch of motherfucking niggas. Because right now, that's how I feel. Y'all are a bunch of fucking niggas. Get y'all shit together, St. Louis. Real talk. And if you don't like it, unfriend me. I don't give a fuck.
I like that girl.
I do too, as a matter of fact. And of course, as a white guy, you know, that will be taken negatively. But I will say this: she said a lot of what I think, and I'm going to tell you, I respect that. There are a lot more people in this country that agree with each other, and I agree with what she said. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what she said because I'm a racist. It has nothing to do with it. But she's exactly right. She said one thing: this stopped being about him when you started making it about you. That is genius.
Hey, JK.
Yeah.
Do we have medical coverage on the blast?
Why? What'd you do? Did he get hurt?
I've got carpal tunnel from her mouth.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what?
We didn't. Well, I'm responsible for her. So.
I will defend everything she said because she was speaking to a specific demographic, and that demographic only understands one type of language, and she was speaking to them in their language. It was genius, and it's the only word they hear. And so when I'm saying they and them and the way she was speaking to them, that is the language she had to speak in. You can say it's a bad word. None of that was bad words.
She wasn't speaking in any language other than just what she knew.
Right. But she was speaking to that demographic that she was referring to.
Didn't she make what we would truly have to say was a... Oh, let me think real quick. Give me 5 seconds to come up with the right word. hypocritical comment.
When?
Very, very. When she said where did she say she moved to, Brett?
Florida.
Oh, wait a minute. And what do we say about Florida?
that's a whole different
Everything
topic.
that bad happens in Florida.
No, it's not. No, it's not. She left St. Louis. Brett, let me talk.
Meanwhile,
She
in
left
Florida.
St. Louis for what she said because of all the stuff that was going on there, so she could go there and feel like she's safe. Come on, JK.
Right. Well, here's part. Okay, part of okay. It's easy for her to. It's easy for her to talk that way while she's in Tampa. But she left St. Louis because she wasn't willing to take a stand in her own community and tell them to stop it right there to their face.
Thank you. Thank you.
She should have been out there in her own community with the bullhorn, standing on in the town square, telling them to stop it and get their ass back home.
Listen.
She couldn't get any space because Jesse Jackson bought it all up.
We can't say anything. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw Al Sharpton show up to St. Louis. Did you see how he looks? That guy's on his deathbed. He probably weighs about 95 pounds. He's seriously not cancer.
If he weighs 95 pounds,
Hey, I hope he makes it with our Lord and Savior because I don't want anybody to burn in hell. But you know what? When that man leaves the face of the earth, there's going to be a lot better relations between whites and blacks. I can tell you that.
I'm sorry to say this, but it's not fair that somebody like Robin Williams is gone and that guy's still there.
I know.
Well, Robin Williams made his own choice.
I know.
It'd be different if Robin Williams had cancer. Here's the thing, though. I talked to JK a couple days ago about airing this story, that we talked about briefly, and this all falls into line with that. It was the one in, I believe it was New Jersey, where a black 30-some-year-old kid, young man, I call him a kid, to me he's a kid, he goes in and he beats up another black man who happens to be a security officer, takes his gun, and he goes outside and brags about how he is going to now be famous. Watch the news. That's what he tells these people. He hides, waits for a police officer to show up who's in his early 20s and just 6 months onto the department and shoots him in the back of the head, assassination style. Then he shoots at 3 other cop cars when they pull up. So they pretty much put him down. So he's gone. And then his wife gets on the news and starts ranting and raving about how he should have taken more of them down if they were going to track him down and kill him like a dog. Listen, only one guy tracked anybody down and killed him and shot him and killed him like a dog, and that was her ex-husband, who's no longer alive, and that's the way it should be, because you know what? If you're going to act like that, you don't have any right to be you don't have any place in our society. And then for her to get on and rant and rave about it and say all these crazy things. So then a white reporter gets a hold of this story. He's not even okay with them airing this story about this woman talking the way she is, because the police are outraged. There's already enough tension. Why put her on television and fuel it? They put the story on anyway, and at the end of the story, he says, we need to get to the bottom line of what this problem is, and no one's got the guts to say it. And that is, there's too many, and again, we're talking demographics, Brett, like you said with this woman speaking the way she did. This man is a reporter in that neighborhood where it's outrageous crime, and he says, there's too many black kids being raised without a father. Now,
that was on the show. We did that on the show.
Yeah.
Statistics are at 70% nationwide. 70% of black kids are being raised without a father. And they wonder why there's so many more blacks in jail. There's so much more crime. But you know what? That's a woman talking. I want to hear a man step up and talk about it, a black man that wants to address the issue. I'll address the issue about the crazy white guy that's going around Orange County handing out KKK pamphlets. That guy needs to be gone. Okay, he's an ignorant idiot, whoever it is that's doing it, or a group of people that's doing it. There's no place in our society for that kind of crap, just like there's no place in society on the other end of it. Now, we should all be able to talk about this regardless of our color, but we're not. And the difference is, if you listen to these people talk about it, Martin Luther King would not stand for what's going on in St. Louis today.
Well, you bring up an interesting point as to, we shouldn't stand for certain things in our society, but it's that proverbial really scary road to walk down Because if we start telling people you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't say this and you can't say that because we don't like it, I mean, that's another scary path to walk. I mean, and trust me,
I didn't say anybody had to tell anybody. Brett, wait a minute. I don't know what you were referring to.
The KKK should not be able to hand out pamphlets. That's what you just said.
We should not tolerate the Ku Klux Klan coming into our neighborhoods trying to promote racism, which is exactly what they're fighting about right now in St. Louis, because it's a racially motivated thing. We don't want to talk about the fact that every day black on blacks killed 1,000 more, 10,000 more before a white shoots a black, and they're not outraged at it. That's what I'm talking about. That's outrage.
I agree with Brett as far as it shouldn't be legislated or anything like that, but I agree with Greg where we should bring back public shaming, and we should be we should be shaming the shit out of these people.
I agree with the moral.
So that they leave the area.
A social and moral outrage is acceptable.
What you want to do in your house, Brett, is in your house, but when you leave your house with a bunch of with just out of control, okay, let's just call it what it is, ignorance and stupidity by white people that think they're a supreme race, that think that they're better than other people because they're white, putting out pamphlets and information that are nothing but racist and nothing but hatred. You want to talk about what you want to talk about in your house, and you want to act like that in your house. That's one thing. And when you go out door to door and you're handing out pamphlets, there should be laws against that kind of stuff.
So should we stop?
When it's to that degree.
Should we stop the Mormons or the Latter-day Saints going door to door in their white shirts and black ties?
They're not promoting racism and hatred, Brett. They're not promoting racism and prejudice.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. If you're a sinner, you're going to hell. Absolutely, they are promoting it. Now, you're just not looking at it from that perspective.
Really? How many Mormons have knocked on your door? How many Mormons have knocked on your door and said, if you're a sinner, their theory and the way that they communicate and their whole pledge of whatever you want to call it is they tell you if you're a sinner, you're going to go to hell? I've never they've never done that.
You're right, but if we follow your path,
they do that when you, Brett. They do that when you decide to go to their church.
If you follow the path that you're on, how soon before those guys can't come to your door? That's my point.
Can I bring up, I've got a, speaking of all of this reporter and all of that stuff, there's some breaking news that I wanted to share, if I could. Can I?
Is this current and up to date? I mean, this is something that we just, what? Oh, what's Reagan talking about? Is he talking about? Oh, you're gonna have to play this joke in a different format.
I'm just not a big fan of legislating speech, but
Oh no, it's all I'm suggesting is a dangerous road. I agree. I don't like the KKK. I don't want them out handing out pamphlets either. Right. But if you start telling people what they can and can't hand out, I mean, that changes the fundamental basics of America, and pretty soon it is the innocent people like the Mormons that can't go door to door.
Like, again, we're on like 5,000 different wavelengths here. I never said the government needs to do a damn thing. I'm talking about you and I in our own community, bro. You didn't hear what I said. You want to hear what you think you hear. I said, for me, as a white man, I will go to Orange County and address that face-to-face with these white racists, just like you were saying some black man in that community, St. Louis, or that woman, as JK said, should have stayed in her own community and addressed them face-to-face. Right? Isn't that what I just said, JK? Can we play back the tape so Brett can get that?
I'll do that next week.
The word government never came out of my mouth. I never mentioned the government. I'm talking about us, the people, what we need to do.
Right, and that's what I was talking
about.
Next?
What's
We're talking
next?
about Laurel.
What's next? What's next? I wish that he would put out a video, but
he hasn't for a long time, has he?
No.
He will on St. Louis, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to. Unless he's already. Wait a minute. Speaking of the vans and the helicopters, is he gone?
Who? Oh yeah, he might
Bob.
be.
Yeah, he
I
might
don't
be.
know. I haven't
He
heard
might
from
be.
Bob for a while. Just saying.
I think the bottom line is it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Spanish, whatever you are. If you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and you're either going to take responsibility, like Brett said before, for your actions, because there are consequences to every action, and going out and just like after any game and they start burning and looting and turning over cars, and someone gets shot at, and a beanbag happens to hit their temple and they die, like it happened in Boston. Well, how is that anyone else's fault but your own for rioting, and being in that area?
Listen,
Like,
here's the difference between Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. Martin Luther King understood this, okay? He understood this, that if you went out there and you peacefully proved your point, if you peaceably presented your point, people would listen. And you would attract more people to your cause than they would be more of an understanding. When you act like complete idiots and thugs, all you do is you just affirm what these racist people believe in the first place is, oh, see how the blacks are? All you're doing is proving that right, that mindset right, which is not true amongst all blacks.
Right.
And so all they're doing is hurting their cause. All they're going to do is people are going to turn around and go, they're making that, like that lady said, Brett was exactly right when she said, that stopped being about him when you started doing what you did. You made it about you. And it has nothing to do with this kid. If you wanted that kid to be remembered right, all I heard was he was a nice kid, quiet kid,
they always are.
Funny kid.
Yeah.
All these good things about him, then why don't you present yourself in that way? Why are you trying to present him in thug mentality?
Yeah. You're representing horribly. Listen, I choose to think there are a lot more of us, the majority of us in this country, from coast to coast, top to bottom, the majority of us in this country are actually a lot more alike, no matter color, race, creed, religion.
Right.
Than the minority, and the minority consists of those KKKs that you're talking about. It consists of the people that are tearing up their own communities after an act of violence by the police, or was it by him? We don't know. But I mean, the thing is, I think there are a lot more of us in this country that agree than disagree.
Well, I've said this a long time ago.
I agree with
those
you.
people in that community, as this black woman spoke about, are just as much to blame as this police officer, because you got to hear this. If you expect somebody, and I don't care, like Amy said, if you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever you are, and you're a police officer, and you're put in that position to deal with those kind of people like that all the time, and I mean those kind of people, I'm talking about criminals, okay? And all you're dealing with is those same old crap, and you're seeing them get right back out, and it's the same thing over and over again. You're beating your head against the wall. You know what? Who's not going to lose it sooner or later? Now, I'm not look, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to pretend to act like I know what happened. I wasn't there. We got to let the system do what it needs to do. If this guy was wrong in what he did, then he needs to be punished the way he should be punished. But until then, I can't make a comment in regards to the particular case. But I can say this, that we in society all need to take some accountability and responsibility. If we're not going to speak up, for evil to succeed, it takes a few good men to say nothing. And we've had nothing but liberal laws on the books since the 60s and 70s, and it's progressed to where it is today, and we don't deal with crime like we should. It's like a Band-Aid thing. It's not working. We got so many people running the streets that shouldn't be. We have more people in our prison than China does.
It's true.
That's a disgrace.
Prison's big business, though. Big business.
Isn't everything?
You guys,
that's why we can't get rid of any of this crap.
It's 8:51 at night. We got to wrap this thing up. We've been going since 7.
Yeah, we have.
We got 8 minutes, and in those 8 minutes, I just want to say this, Brett. We all have to be willing to say, you know what, because we haven't done something different to change this, we can't just throw it all on police officers. These guys are overworked and burnt out in those neighborhoods dealing with that crap. And if those people don't want to clean up their own neighborhoods, it's not going to change.
You know, I have one quick argument to I agree with what you said. They do see the same thing over and over, day after day, and they're dealing with situations that would probably be hard for us to deal with because, you know, we're not necessarily involved directly. But I will say this, you sign up for that type of work, you better know what you're getting into. And if you're not ready to handle it properly, then you shouldn't do it at all. And so if you want to defend the cops, go ahead. I don't defend them at all. We're in a police state. It's getting worse and worse. The cops think they're holier than thou. They don't follow the Constitution. They don't follow their own set of rules, and they protect each other in a way that is disgraceful. And that's not all cops. It's most of them. It's not all of them. It's most of them. And that's a sad state, and that's what I think we are.
The bottom line is, though, Brett, I don't think you're going to find I think you're going to find probably out of all the police people that you think are qualified to go into that work, probably less than 10% of them will be able to mentally hold up to that. The average person, 90-some% of us, are not wired to be able to deal with that kind of stuff. So you'd have no police at all. That's the problem. That's my point. It's gotten so bad that you're expecting, well, yeah, you signed up, you ought to know. Okay. Well, first of all, look at who they're drawing from. They're drawing from a lot of military people that are just straight out of the military that want to act like military guys still. And like you said, it's a police-type state that we're headed to, and that's the mentality that's out there. But having said that, I don't think you're going to find people that can deal with that stuff and not snap. It's just not the way it's going to be. That's why it's up to the community to say, okay, we've got to work together to solve this problem.
Right.
We got to get the drugs out of our country, and we aren't. We got to get the damn meth, the heroin, the crack, the cocaine.
Wait,
Amy, go ahead.
Right, even if you get rid of the drugs and things like that, what happened over there in St. Louis is someone allowed someone else to go spray paint on the wall. The only good cop is a dead cop. Now, how do you go into those neighborhoods knowing who is going to come out at you and who isn't? You know what I mean? So no one's doing anyone any good.
I'll say this: there's
fueling neighborhood drugs. That's how they get their money. That's how they get their guns. That's how they survive. They don't go out there and sell peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jacks. They sell drugs. Know what?
And take it from the CIA, it works. It absolutely works. You can absolutely control regions and areas with your drug sales. And, our government has proven that over and over. The thing is that we have a police force in this country, and I agree with what you're saying.
They can't control anything if we speak up, stand up, and take a stance. And we stopped doing that a long time ago. We started saying, oh, you know what, this point fingers and saying this and that. And the whole time the government laughed because they were going to be able to do whatever they wanted to do.
You can't.
We can.
There is no more standing up.
More power than we believe.
There is no more standing up. The genie's out of the bottle. There is no more one America. We're splintered in too many places with too many special interests and everybody for themselves. And this country is too divided now.
That was very intentional, too.
Yeah, you're right, because just not to go off on a tangent, but the story there with the little restaurant that was giving you a discount for praying, and now they're going to be sued by the atheist groups and stuff, so they stopped. So what do? They put a sign on the wall, on the window, saying, we can't do it anymore because it's illegal. Yeah. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. They just didn't want to get sued. So now they made it a reality because they put it in writing on their wall that it's illegal. So anyone who read that now thinks that it's illegal, and it's not illegal.
Right.
So we buy into this crap from these progressive leftists, and that's how it's all perpetuated.
Those are lawyers and attorneys that are scumbags.
Yep.
We have a
They're
country.
Scumbags. Because you know what? All the guy has to do, listen, there's no discrimination. This country is a free country. And any atheist that wants to open up his restaurant and then give a discount if somebody doesn't pray has that right. And that's what they need to do. And they can practice
they don't stand up
all day long. That's what the judge needs to tell them. When they go to court, back in the 50s and 60s, and they went to judges and they had rulings on that, that's exactly what they were told. That's exactly what they were told, and they couldn't change. They couldn't change the system.
The problem is that they put this on the window. They put it on the window as if it was fact.
Well, what they started doing is they started getting
reality.
They started getting all their believers elected into these positions to make those decisions. So now we have all those liberal judges ruling that and saying that. And listen, any educated person can say what I said, and it's not that I'm some smart, genius. It's just the way it should be. They should be told, look, if you want to open up an atheist restaurant and give a discount for somebody not praying, go ahead and do it. Go to that establishment and do that.
Exactly.
But for people that want to go to this establishment,
well, how many? It's the perception. How many people? If you asked on the street, believe that the Bill of Rights says that in the Constitution it all talks about we have the freedom from religion? How many people believe that's true?
Separation of church and state, which isn't even separation of church and state is not real.
No, it's not. And there is no freedom from religion. It's freedom of religion.
Right, exactly.
But people believe that it's freedom from religion.
And they believe that the current separation of church and state.
Everything that they decided for that Constitution, and by the way, all those men were Christian men. They were going to, Christian schools and colleges, and they were God-fearing men. The point, though, is that they followed everything to the T until it came to the racist Democrats who didn't want to free the slaves, and to them they gave in because it was more important for us as a country to have freedom from Britain and then deal with that later, which is what we had to do down the road and deal with it. But at that time, people don't understand that they were being persecuted. That's why they came to this country. So why would they say that?
Hey guys, we better shut her down here a little bit because it's time.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Brett already shut it down a long time ago.
What? Oh no, I'm just texting.
He's yelling at us.
I'm
yelling at us.
Yeah, so don't.
Brett shut it down a long time ago.
Dude, I don't even know if this will.
Turn out the lights.
Oh, look at that! It does work.
No, the
party's over. I gotta really fix this by next week, huh? Oh, you know what?
Right?
That's what we want right there.
Party's over.
Next week, GP and I will be on the same screen.
That'll be a crazy party. Never seen so many.
And I'm picking up a new little puppy tomorrow.
Oh,
look
nice.
at you.
I'll have another little puppy here next week.
The little puppy.
Look at me. I'm almost crying. That don't keep her love from dying. Misery cause for me the party's over.
All right, Google, hang out.